when it happened to me first, when I got my first film and when I got Raz and my third, my fourth, and my fifth, I wasn't really aware of the industry. And that's when I disappeared.
Yeah.
It was because the work that was coming was rubbish.
Been a good time. I think Tandav was when I kind of felt that we're
Yeah.
going to get lots more of Dino.
Right?
And then, of course, that show had its own sort of destiny.
Yes.
But now with Royals and more recently an outing in the cinemas as well, would you look at this phase as the comeback of Dino Moria? Because people hate the word comeback.
I hate the word comeback.
Don't
I'm
you?
not gone anywhere.
Exactly.
I would just say that maybe my stars are realigning. I got my first film, and when I got Raz, and my third, my fourth, and my fifth, I wasn't really aware of the industry. I came in unknowing.
Yeah.
And I was learning and finding my feet on the way. And now I know so much more. And I was not really guided well. But that's my learning, right?
Yes.
I had no one to instruct me as to what to do, or rather, the instructions on what to do were not, if I look back in hindsight, were not great at all. So we all make mistakes, but we learn from those mistakes, and I've learned a lot from my mistakes. Hence, I did take time off to say no to films because I didn't think they were great for me. They would only dig my grave further and make my career go far south than it already had. So it was a decision to say, let me sit back and see what was happening. And that's when I disappeared.
Yeah.
It was because the work that was coming was rubbish, was terrible. And I didn't want to be associated. So hence I wasn't then getting many offers.
Correct.
I started pushing myself actively again
Yeah.
and saying, hey, listen, I'm far prepared this time. I'm far more prepared. I know I'm fantastic. I know that. I'm confident. And like I said, now I just feel my stars are aligning themselves again, and more opportunities are coming, better opportunities. And this time I will, hopefully, if everything goes well, smash it hard.
Smash it, baby. Smash
Yeah.
it. Can we have a coffee, please?
Yeah,
Thank you.
we need the coffee.
That's such good timing. Sir, aaiye.
Absolutely. See, it's very good.
This is very,
It's
very
like
good.
it.
We can't go to Cannes yet, but
I was
can you
supposed to
come
go
us?
to Cannes, but I didn't go.
Oh no!
But not for any film. I just wanted to.
Yeah, I just
Yeah,
want to
I've been-
hang out at the French Riviera and get that sun. Actually,
Yeah, I was in Goa for 2 weeks getting sun. I was shooting.
I know you were
for
shooting. I
months,
know.
yeah.
Manvi's a really close friend,
Oh,
and
okay.
Rongita is a friend too.
Oh, really?
So I knew you were there, and that's why when you said 19th, I said, okay, that's when you come
Yeah.
back. But I must say that the Royals was a lot of fun.
Thank you.
Oh my God. How fun was it being there? Because I just feel like this set seemed like a riot.
It was. Every time I went and shot, even though Royals 1 was the introduction of...
1 second, you just said Royals 1, guys. There is a Royals 2. Yes. Okay, great.
Okay.
Okay, he's given up.
I'm always hoping
We
for
all
Royals
know
2.
it because we saw this show. There's
Yeah,
a cliffhanger.
there is a
we know it.
cliffhanger.
Yeah.
So there has to be a Royals 2, and Royals 1 has done tremendously well. Royals 1 was the introduction of Salahuddin, salad, and as you saw, but the promise of a fantastic salad in Royals 2 is what's making me very excited.
Amazing.
So let's see what's written in for Royals 2. But having said that, while I was shooting with everybody on the set, it was great. It was fantastic. It was beautiful. It's a different show, and the character I'm playing, particularly, is just so much like me. He's fun, and to be someone so vibrant and flamboyant and fun is something I know I can do easily.
Yes.
Right. So that pretty much came easy, and I had a great time shooting with Bhumi and Ishan, and I unfortunately didn't get a chance to shoot with
Zina ji.
but I obviously met her on many occasions, which was wonderful. But everybody else it was fun.
Yeah, it looked like a fun
and the costumes, my God.
And the costumes,
Yeah.
I just felt, but it takes a lot. I mean, maybe because you're a model or you've been a model,
Right.
you are not afraid of clothes, okay? But there are the typical Indian man or the average Indian man would think twice about masquerading or preening. What do you have to say about that? Because I just feel like it takes a lot to be secure and wear flamboyant clothes. And I think a lot of people get flack for it as well. Like Ranveer has gotten flack for it many times. But what do you make of that?
I wouldn't say it's flack, it's attention. You'll hate it or you'll like it, but you get the attention, right? So if you're looking for attention, do what you want. People will hate it, they will like it, but you get your attention. Right? Who cares what people think? You do what you want to do.
Correct.
And I believe that. I mean, um, if I'm playing a character which is flamboyant, I'll wear what's needed of that character. I really wouldn't, as long as it looks cool and looks nice and
Yes.
stands out. On a daily basis, if you ask me to wear pink feathers and so on and so forth, I wouldn't, right? I
Exactly.
wouldn't. I'm a very white t-shirt, jeans
Yes.
kind of character.
Yes.
Okay, that's me on any normal day. If I had to go out, I like, but if I had to go out for events, functions, suits, Indian wear, so on and so forth, that's me.
Yeah.
Very classic,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
In how I turn myself out. But having said that, if somebody said, "Hey, come and wear something flamboyant and vibrant," I wouldn't have a problem.
Problem,
wearing it.
yeah.
I wouldn't
yeah.
have a problem. I know clothes look good on me,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
And
yes.
I really wouldn't have a problem with that.
But you guys were like the OGs, man. Like today is the era of the influencer, right?
Yes.
But I know that I grew up watching Dino on the Bombay Times,
yeah.
you know, in those, and they were not parties. They were literally like post work. They would
Yeah.
get photographed because there would be fashion shows.
Yes.
Take me back to the Bombay of that time, Dino, because I was in college and
Yeah.
I wanted to be there.
Yeah.
You know, it was so sexy and it was so
It-
dignified at the same time.
It was respectful. It
Yeah.
was sexy. There was no social media. So the only thing people saw of us was either on TV,
Or
on
page
a news
three.
channel, or page 3.
Page 3, my
or
God.
entertainment.
Yeah.
And we were there because at that time, modeling was just this new, fantastic industry. And fortunately, me and a few of my colleagues were sort of termed the supermodels.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which I liked. I did.
Of
I won't
course.
deny it was fantastic at that point. So everywhere we went, every show we did, every ad we did, people, they adored us. And that was great. It made us put us on a bit of a pedestal, I must say.
Correct.
And it felt good, but it was so nice and dignified and respectful and fun. We had so much fun. That was
Yeah.
the good part. We had fun. I mean, you have your shares and ups and downs then too, but it was great. So those times, Bombay, Delhi for that matter, every city that we went to was spectacular.
It was amazing. And I think all of you were the OGs, right? Like when it comes to modeling or
Yeah.
even the first batch of VJs also.
Yeah.
Like Malaika was one who did both
Yes.
because she would be a model and then
Yes,
she'd
and
do
she
the
would VJ
couch
too, yeah.
on Loveline. And I
Yeah.
just feel like that MTV Channel V like time was
But
so
that was
cool.
there was sort of a coming of age of Indian TV also because
Yes.
channels were opening up
We're booming, yeah.
and everyone was glued to their TVs. You had so many channels. Before that, there was only Doordarshan.
Yes.
And then there was suddenly an influx of
Yeah.
music and
Yeah.
everything and all your movies. So it was booming. So anyone who wanted to see what's happening in the music scene would MTV and Channel V.
Yes.
And
yes.
if you wanted your TV serials and your movies. So it was a great time for
It
us.
was a great time.
In terms of the exposure we got was phenomenal. And that's why people still know me everywhere I go.
Yeah.
Today, a lot of people, recognize and know. Yes, you're right. Influencers today it's a different game altogether. But what we had then, purely only through newspapers, the kind of exposure we had, we were bigger
Yeah.
or as big as some of the cricketers at that time.
Yeah.
Or the film stars at that time. We were on par.
Yeah.
And that's how good it was. So
Yeah.
so the feeling was of just absolute excitement. And that's how I got my first film.
Yes. of
Because I
course.
was noticed through the modeling
Of course.
situation.
Of course.